Imagine this. You are not who you think you are. The person you call you is a ghost, a fragile story stitched together from memories you can't trust and opinions you never chose. You live in a cage, but the bars are invisible, woven from comfortable lies and borrowed beliefs. You feel a quiet tension, a dissonance between the life you are living and the life you sense is possible. What if the very foundation of your identity is the greatest obstacle to your freedom? What if the path to your greatest power requires the terrifying act of self-annihilation? This is the profound, unsettling truth Friedrich Nietzsche dared to expose. The journey ahead is not for the comfortable, but for those who suspect a terrifying, magnificent secret lies just beyond their perception. This cage is not of your own making, yet you reinforce its bars every day. Carl Jung called it the persona, the mask you confuse for your face, crafted to earn approval and avoid the terror of exile. Society is a factory of these masks, rewarding conformity and punishing the authentic self. Friedrich Nietzsche diagnosed this as the herd instinct, a psychological pacifier that sedates you with the mundane. You trade your latent genius for a sense of belonging, your fiery, individual will for the cold comfort of the collective. This is the grand betrayal you perform on yourself daily. But the consequence of this silent agreement is far more sinister than mere dissatisfaction. It is a spiritual death that masquerades as life, and its symptoms are quietly eroding your world from the inside out. The erosion is silent but catastrophic. This fractured self creates a world of shadows. You outsource your judgments to social media algorithms, seek validation in likes instead of inner conviction, and numb the resulting emptiness with endless consumption. Your life becomes a reaction, not a creation. Neurologically, your brain's plasticity solidifies these pathways, making the mask feel more real than the face beneath. You are conditioned to fear the solitude required for true self-discovery. This is the great paradox of modern life. Hyperconnection has led to profound existential disconnection. The world you perceive as stable is, in fact, a collective hallucination built on this dissonance. But if this is the sickness, what is the cure? It is not a simple adjustment, but a violent, glorious rebellion against everything you've been taught. The rebellion begins with a single heretical act, to willingly shatter your own persona. This is what Nietzsche meant by become what you are. It requires a conscious embrace of suffering, of the isolation that comes from discarding borrowed truths. You must actively seek out what makes you uncomfortable, court criticism, and stare into the parts of yourself you've been taught to hide. This is the path of the Bermensch, not a superior being, but one who has overcome their own conditioned humanity. It is a daily war against the inertia of the herd. You must become a chaos of potential, a creator of your own values. This is not self-improvement, it is self-annihilation and rebirth. But this arduous forging leads to a final, staggering truth about the nature of reality itself. The ultimate truth is this: the cage was always an illusion. There is no solid you to break free. There is only a perpetual, flowing process of becoming, a chaos of conflicting drives that you can learn to orchestrate. Your will is not something to find, but to create, moment by moment. This is the final liberation Nietzsche offers: to realize you are not a static noun, but a dynamic verb, eternally dancing on the edge of chaos and order. The universe is not a puzzle to be solved, but a game to be played with sacred, reckless abandon. Embrace this terrifying fluidity. Stop seeking a self and start creating one, over and over, until the very distinction between artist and artwork dissolves into the sublime, chaotic beauty of your own existence. The final truth awaits, but the conversation continues with you. If you want to reclaim your power, subscribe now. Let us know with a like if this is changing your perspective, and comment below where rebellion begins.